when the pressure is on us, everyone from us is actually performing very well.
They've stolen it! They've stolen it! It's Jankos against the steal!
Now we just need to win one of the 2 BO5s and we are going to work.
We have been working 8 months for this exact moment.
I don't even want to think about not going to Worlds.
Four-man shockwave balls in! SK Gaming are just wrecking them in the pit!
It's your life on the line as a pro gamer. You want to win and you want to go to Worlds.
Now it's just up to us to actually prove that we're the best team in Europe.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the European League of Legends Championship Series Summer Semi-Finals, coming to you live from GamesCom in Cologne, Germany. And at the end of the day, we will know 2 of the teams will be heading to Worlds to represent Europe. I'm EpicSkillshot supporter, joined here by Lee Smith and Trevor Quickshot Henry. And today, Fnatic, Roccat, Alliance, and SK Gaming will battle it out on our stage. But first, let's take a look at yesterday's matches. We had the International Wildcard Final with Dark Passage emerging as the victor and grabbing a spot at Worlds. And well, guys, Dark Passage, just a little speed bump there at the very first game they played, but then a clean sweep and 3-0 in the final.
Yeah, they dropped that first game to Legacy and did not look back from there on out. In the final, they absolutely demolished the Australian team. And Dark Passage definitely worked very hard towards their goals. Every single interview, every single video, the team is just saying they've spent the whole year focusing on the wildcard tournament. They've got the spot and we'll see what they can do on the international stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And after that series, the Super Hot crew took 5th place in the summer split, and Millennium will head to the spring promotional tournament. And Millennium, sorry to say, but they didn't really show up, and Super Hot crew was very prepared coming into this one.
But Millennium, they're on an 11-game losing streak going in towards, obviously, the relegation for them. But Super Hot crew looked fantastic. They finally turned it around. They were disappointed. They said themselves, sorry for not performing against Roccat. They did deliver, and we'll see how they go next year for them.
Yeah, and the LCS summer playoffs continue today as we move into the semifinals with 2 best-of-5 series. First, Fnatic will face Roccat, and immediately following that, Alliance will take on SK Gaming. Now, the 2 winning teams will play on Sunday for the right to call themselves the 2014 Summer Split champions, while the losers will duke it out on Saturday in a crucial battle for 3rd place and a final spot at Worlds. So, the first game we have coming up here, Fnatic versus Roccat. In the season, Fnatic's up 7-1, but this is a whole different ballgame.
It really is. Roccat looked fantastic in the quarterfinals. They really did deliver. They showed up. I think as a team, Roccat are their own worst enemies. If they are down on themselves, if they doubt their ability, they underperform. But if they bring some confidence to the table, if they bring some gusto, maybe led by Jankos, who knows, they could surprise Fnatic.
Yeah, well, that is the problem, though. They are up against Fnatic. Fnatic, the 3 times reigning European champions, dominating the scene every single time they reach this stage. This is their stage right now, and they look really confident out of the back.
Yeah, they do. And of course, the next game coming up here today after that best-of-5 series will be Alliance versus SK Gaming. Alliance closing out the regular season in the 1st place, and SK Gaming looked very dominant in the quarterfinals.
They did. The problem for me, SK only looked good in the last 2 weeks of the split. They really were shaky. It was 2 different teams, and SK would either smash or get smashed. I want to see what level they bring against Alliance because it's going to be tough. I feel like these teams have similar play styles, but Alliance just edges them in individual player skill in each role.
And the problem with SK is they're effectively mini Alliance. They are Alliance but lesser. That's how it's worked out this season. Of course, Alliance have 3-1'd every single team this season. Remember, they beat SK inside 20 minutes. It was a 20-minute surrender. Fantastic stuff, and they are very confident coming into this. Alliance, clear favorites to reach the final.
There is just one thing to note. During Super Week, Week 11, SK did beat Alliance. SK also beat Fnatic. You can't discount the fact that both of the teams had locked their spots into the playoffs already, so whether that meant they weren't necessarily as focused, or whether that meant SK was good enough to beat them, we're going to find out later today.
We will, and whatever happens, let's hope we get 10 games here today. All right, for more info, you can head over to LLesports.com, and while you're there, check out the schedule where you can vote on the team that you think will win each series. And now we want to hear from you. Head over to Twitter and tell us which European LCS semifinal team do you think would perform the best at Worlds and why. Difficult one.
It really is a difficult one, and I think Alliance probably would be one of the better teams because I feel like they are very reliant on their own abilities, and if they are performing well, they can compete with the best. They've got great mechanical play, they have a good understanding of where the competitive scene is right now, so I'd say it's Alliance.
Honestly, between those two teams, Fnatic or Alliance, both have it in them to reach and go very, very far. Fnatic have already won it in Season 1, got 3rd place in Season 3. Can they best themselves again? But Alliance, you know, this is a super team. Froggen said at the very beginning, the moment they got knocked out of Gamescom, this was his plan. Let's see how far he can go with it.
Let's see it today. Now tweet your answers to @LOL Esports using the hashtag LCS, and we'll read your responses later in the show. We're ready to go, so let's send it over to the desk.